Just yesterday, I saw more UFOs on the news. What we're seeing today is the same thing people have seen for decades. To understand what we're seeing in our skies, you have to know when it all began. 1947 is known as the year everything changed. The year the skies were filled with fear, and the question burned, are we alone? Over 300 UFO sightings were reported in what some call the Summer of the Disc. Others call the Summer of the Invasion. For those who got too close to the truth, something darker came calling. A secret group, the Men in Black, showed up. They weren't friendly. They strong-armed witnesses into silence, using threats and fear to keep extraterrestrial secrets buried. It all began on Maury Island, June 21st, 1947. A man was out on his boat with his dog and crew when 6 huge UFOs hovered over the water. One of them started malfunctioning and crashed, dropping glowing metal chunks that killed the man's dog, burned his son, and damaged his boat. The next day, June 22nd, a man dressed all in black drove up in a shiny new black Buick and invited him to breakfast at a local diner. Over the meal, this man revealed details about the sighting, things the witness had never shared publicly. Then came the chilling warning: I know a great deal more about your experience than you'll want to believe. That encounter is known as the first sighting of the Men in Black. After refusing to stay silent, the man was harassed, threatened, and watched. His business started to collapse, accidents happened, and his property was mysteriously damaged. Just 3 days later, June 24th, a private pilot near Mount Rainier saw 9 shiny, fast-moving objects flying in formation, moving like saucers skipping across water. His sighting made headlines and launched the national obsession with flying saucers. Everyone was reading about these objects, while others were seeing them. The Maury Island encounter and this pilot sighting gained the interest of an editor from a magazine called Amazing Stories magazine. The editor brought them together for a secret meeting at the Winthrop Hotel in Tacoma, Washington, a place with deep extraterrestrial history. The hotel was named after Theodore Winthrop, whose relative John Winthrop reported strange lights over Boston Harbor in the 1600s. John Winthrop, who witnessed the lights, wrote, "I saw a great light in the night sky. When it stood still, it flamed up and was about 3 yards square. When the light faded, 3 Puritans found themselves mysteriously 1 mile upstream, with no memory of rowing against the tide." It sounds a lot like the extraterrestrial abductions that we have all heard of. People losing track of time and memory. John Winthrop's sighting was one of the first UFO sightings ever reported. The secret meeting took place at the Winthrop Hotel because of the family alien legacy. Pieces of the Maury Island crash debris were shown. The men agreed to invite 2 intelligence officers to verify the claims, carrying a cereal box filled with mysterious metal. After the meeting, the intelligence officers took the cereal box with them. On July 3rd, while flying back to the base near Washington, the B-25 bomber carrying the officers and the debris crashed in thick fog, killing both men and losing the cereal box and all evidence. According to U.S. Air Force investigation records, the left engine caught fire shortly after takeoff. Some believe the plane was sabotaged to eliminate the officers and destroy the evidence. The first government cover-up related to UFOs, predating even Roswell, which occurred just weeks later. A letter was found by one of the intelligence officers' widowed wives. She wrote a personal letter to the pilot that saw the saucers over Mount Rainier. The letter said, "I never thought my husband's death was an accident. I don't know what my husband was doing. I only knew it had something to do with a secret mission, and there was some unknown material on the plane." She felt her husband may have been sacrificed to cover something up. The funerals were held shortly after their deaths. No public funeral dates were ever released to the public, almost like these officers never existed. The sensitive nature of their assignment and crash, linked to classified investigations into UFO debris, kept the funerals low profile. Newspaper coverage focused on crash circumstances rather than funeral arrangements. The Maury Island UFO sighting continued to ripple through the small town, spreading from one close friend of the original witness. This man, only 29 years old, helped share what happened, until a sudden illness took his life in January 1948, only a year later. His wife told reporters something chilling. Two men dressed in black suits, claiming to be FBI agents, visited their home. They warned him to stay silent about what he knew. Shortly after, he fell ill and died. The Maury Island incident isn't just about UFOs or crashed planes. It's about the importance of challenging narratives and keeping the light of curiosity burning, no matter how uncomfortable or mysterious the truth may be. Because in the end, the search for truth is a journey worth taking, both for those who've lived it and for generations to come. In a world full of secrets, questioning is the spark that keeps truth alive.